numerous music videos, and while it's not clear how much attention these videos were getting at the time, Wick would immediately catch people off guard, being one of the few white drill rappers coming out of St. Louis. But don't let his skinny frame fool you, this is a dangerous young man. He can be seen toting guns and rapping about shooting people in numerous of his songs and videos. In fact, he likely reminded many fans of a white drill rapper who went viral a few years earlier called Slim Jesus. However, Slim Jesus notoriously lost all his aura after admitting that he wasn't really a
And it's crazy, that's where he fucked up. He should have not said nothing. Let motherfuckers think what they was gonna think. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, he was a white boy, and he would be rich as hell right now if he never said this, bro.
Savage in the streets like he portrayed in his music. However, CTS Wick was the real deal and really rapping about his real life in the streets where he had just caught a body. Soon he would begin to catch some attention online, like in the St. Louis drill subreddit, where someone would post a picture of Wick toting a Draco together with members of the Valet Gang and Artillery Gang, with one user commenting how he must be either the plug or really about it, to which another user would comment how Wick looked like he really had some bodies. However, what would really start to get Wick some attention was his appearance in the YouTuber Tommy G's 2022 vlog about the gangs of St. Louis, where Tommy would pull up to Ruskin Avenue to film with the Artillery Gang, with a young Wick also making a cameo.
So Wick was just happened to be out there that
What's
day.
up, fellas?
How's it going, boss?
Hey, alright. Fellas, where are we at right now?
Ruskin Ave.
Yo, Ruskin Ave with it, man.
In the video, the whole group can be seen showing off guns while claiming they were just protecting the neighbors.
What do you think the neighbors feel about this? Are neighbors scared to go outside?
They think it's cool because they feel like they well protected type shit. They rather have some guns over here than not have no guns over here.
Wick would also get to talk to Tommy, revealing that he was only 17 years old at the time of this video.
How old are you guys?
This exposure would help launch his profile in the STL drill scene, and his song Smash, which he had released exactly 1 month before the release of Tommy's vlog, now sits at almost 2 million views. But just a month later, in August, none of that
So he had just went viral, and then he ended up killing this dude, and then that's probably what took him over viral.
Because Wick would get involved in the shooting that killed Joseph Shaw and fled the scene, becoming a wanted man in his hometown. According to a Views from the Arch interview with Wick himself, he wasn't exactly on the run, but he was actively ducking the cops, explaining how he was using the time to actually try and find a good lawyer.
I gotta get a lawyer. Like that, you know? I gotta get a lawyer. Yeah. Cause I wasn't finna go on a run. I ain't finna go on the screen for that shit. You gonna get caught. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm finna chill. I'm finna eat good for a second. Like I was ducking that. I wasn't on the run though, but I was ducking that, you know? I was ducking the police like a motherfucker.
A few months later, he was arrested and charged with first-degree murder and armed criminal action, facing the possibility of life in prison. On paper, the prosecution had what looked like a slam-dunk case, as surveillance cameras had captured the entire incident. But when the case went to trial in January 2024, Wick would recount how he and a few friends had been riding their mini bikes around the city when Shaw's white Jeep had made a U-turn and started following them, before pulling up next to him, the two exchanging some heated words before the Jeep's occupant pulled out a gun, causing Wick to speed off. But only seconds later, he would hear gunshots and pull out his own weapon, returning fire in self-defense. While the prosecution would claim that there simply wasn't enough time shown on the surveillance video for these events to have occurred in the way that Wick claimed, he would go on to beat the case and be found not guilty on both first-degree murder and armed criminal action charges. Wick would get back to freedom, and with a legal body...
I wonder if that's true, though. I wonder if that's true. Because it don't sound like it was clearly on camera. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't sound like it was clearly on camera of the whole thing that Wick just said happened. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't clear that he